Have you ever had a goal in mind, and when you actually set out to complete it, you suddenly realize, oh no, this is going to take a lot longer than I thought? That's kind of where I am with this channel at the current moment, and while I'm not upset or disappointed in any way, in fact, I think I'm growing faster than average, I am realizing that gaining even a single view or subscriber requires an immense amount of effort. But that's what you sign up for when you go out and try to do things the unconventional way. Sure, it takes a while to get a degree or find a job, but once you're hired, the paycheck is guaranteed. It's also what our education system is designed for. A lot of people don't like it when I bring up the fact that most education is literally training for the working environment. It's not education for the love of gaining knowledge. It's meant to put you on a conveyor belt straight to the workforce. That doesn't mean it's illegitimate or bad, it's just that everything is set up with the intention that you will become an employee in this capitalist-driven society. When you go out and do something for yourself where you're totally in control, starting out, the work can seem endless with the results far away. This can apply to fitness, business, non-traditional careers, and personal growth. So why am I bringing all this up? I just wanted to put forward an idea that I heard somewhere on YouTube. I forgot exactly where, but it always stuck with me. And that's that going through struggle or hardship in order to chase a goal has periods of ease and periods of struggle. Instead of thinking of the struggle like it's a wall or an obstacle in your way, think of it like you're moving through a big block of Jello. Struggle isn't something to be avoided. It's part of the process and it's inevitable. It's about endurance. So the cycle looks like this. There's a period of relative ease where your mind is in a positive thought pattern and you're working diligently towards your goals. In addition to this, you're also getting positive feedback, which gives you the motivation to continue what you're doing. It's easy to get results at this stage because you are starting out, and any growth is a good sign because you're literally starting from nothing. Eventually though, things start getting tough because all of a sudden you're not growing as fast as you were at the beginning, or your growth is not accelerating the way you expect it to. This is the Jello phase. It feels as though you've stalled out, but in fact you're simply making your way through a period of slower movement. It's temporary. So what should you do when you're in the Jello? First of all, don't panic. When you panic, you get desperate and then you start acting out of fear, and then you're doing things like trying to take shortcuts to success or underhanded tactics in order to see progress. When it comes to weight loss, this can look like depriving yourself of even the minimum amount of calories you need to survive in the hopes of losing weight, which is extremely unhealthy. In fitness, this can be pushing yourself past your limits and opening yourself up to injury. In business, this is trying to look for secret hacks or fiddling with harebrained strategies to make more money instead of just sticking to solid business practices and providing value. In art and other creative endeavors, this can look like burnout, just trying to do too much in a small amount of time instead of keeping a good pace. And that's the key, maintaining a good pace, otherwise known as consistency. Consistency is the most important factor in anything you try to do. Achievement is 90% attitude and 10% strategy. This is because actually showing up and doing what needs to be done is literally most of the battle, and if you can get that part down, you can't be stopped because you made a commitment to do something every day, even if it's minor, to move yourself forward. Now, let me be clear. Consistency is not showing up day after day doing the exact same amount of work. Granted, for some people it can look like that, but there are other people who just don't operate that way. I'm one of them. The way I try to stay consistent is by doing what I can every day and not any more than that. This means some days when I feel like I'm in a really good mood and on top of my game, I can put out a ton of work because everything has aligned for me perfectly. I got a good amount of sleep, I'm well fed, and nothing's distracting me that day. I do have other days where things aren't going as smoothly. Maybe I don't get enough sleep or enough to eat, so my body is not working at 100% efficiency. Maybe there's friends, family, and other obligations that require my attention that day. On busy days, I try to get something done without expecting to put out the same amount of work that I do on a perfect day. The last kind of day I have are ones where nothing goes right. Everything has gone wrong and I'm either super busy or hungover or in a terrible mood and I just can't do anything. On days like this, I just allow myself to take it easy and not worry about anything other than trying to get back to normal. I know that if I can take advantage of my good days, work something into my busy days, and don't force it on a bad day, I can remain consistent. If you try to force it all the time, every day, you will get frustrated and you will burn out. or have an emotional breakdown, leading to you trying to quit the thing you once loved. So maintain a balance and focus only on that when it comes to the output of your effort. It should look the same during the hard times and the good. And if you aren't getting the results you want, they will come eventually. Effort focused on one thing is unbelievably effective. Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who's practiced 100 kicks. I fear the man who's practiced one kick 100 times." He understood the power of sticking to one thing and honing it. And if you take your goal and treat it like the one kick you've practiced 100 times, the mastery and quality of your work will be a sheer, overwhelming force to anyone who comes across it.